No, they're both attacking. If I can get the big one. Come here, big boy. Whoa. Say hi. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, Bubba. Say hi. Give me a kiss. Thank you. All right. The other one's over here somewhere. Yeah, yeah. Oh, she's over there. Anyway. All right. What are we talking about today? We're going to talk about naive compute. Say, what's naive compute? What the hell does that even mean? Oh, don't worry. We'll cover it. Until then, let me say hi to some peeps. And then I'm going to do an impromptu little bit. But anyway, hello. Don't. Oh, God. They're just out there tearing stuff up. That's what they do. All right. Grayscale. Yeah, Grayscale's being stupid. I don't understand. I mean, it looks like, I guess they want to make money as people bail out of the fund. I don't know. I guess they're doing the math and they're like, Grayscale destroyed their name so much with the Bitcoin ETF. They're just such an embarrassment with their outflows that apparently still continue. That maybe the idea is a certain amount of dummies will stay, and because they're converting their E fund or whatever. So the amount of dummies that will stay that are just too lazy is better than the amount of people that they won't get coming in, because people on the street are not going to go join Grayscale when they could be a part of something with 1/10 the fee, like BlackRock or something like that. So seems like, I mean, Michael Sonnensheim or whatever, he got fired for being a damn fool and basically running the, I mean, who knows why he got fired, but it looks like he got fired for, departed to what's the way he said it? Like, oh, I have looking forward to new ventures and I'll let you know shortly. Bullshit. Retirement, dummy. You got beat up. Anyway, these guys always have like a new thing. Oh, I'm going to a new thing. You're not going to a new thing, bitch, unless being unemployed is your new thing. Oh, a new venture. Unemployment. That's your new venture, dummy. Anyway, off to unemployment he went for pretty much imploding Grayscale, and just really poor mismanagement, and especially the way they launched their Bitcoin fund and the fee structure and all that. They just destroyed that whole thing, and they could have made changes at any time. They just chose not to. So it appears that maybe he wasn't the only problem. Maybe there is an endemic problem at Grayscale, and they don't understand math. And it looks like they are prioritizing dummy clients that will stay, and knowing that they can keep that fee, and also kind of gaming out, like, we're not going to get new clients because no one's coming to Grayscale at this fee that could go to BlackRock. So we won't get new clients. We'll only get outflows, but some people will stay, and the dummies that do stay, 2.5% is a nice paycheck. So I think that's what their game theory is on that. If I was to math it out, if I was to do some jiggly math, that's my Grayscale jiggly math. So yeah, Grayscale, woo woo. Let's see. Oh, okay. We could do like a little digital investor thing. Someone had emailed me like, how do I join? Well, it's like the first thing, man. It's the first thing, man. You put your name, you email, and then it's just like the first thing. And if you want to pay in crypto, you can pay in crypto. Yeah, man, crypto, bro. So anyway, why? Well, so we're doing stuff 5 days a week now. Not just actually 6 days a week. If you're a digital private client, there's a private stream on Saturdays. And in the private client, there's a little bit different. These stupid glasses, they don't do anything. But I bought them, so I'm going to use them. It's like cereal that's no good. I'm going to eat it. It may suck. Fruit Loops may suck now. I tried ordering another box of Fruit Loops. Tiny little stupid Fruit Loops that it's like chewing flavored glass. It's a bunch of bullshit. Anyway, we got screwed. COVID screwed us on Fruit Loops, man. They shrunk the size of a damn Fruit Loop. That's some bull crap. Anyway, yeah. So with the private clients, I also expose like my kind of balance sheet, like, if I'm buying something or selling something, same thing Brandon does. Although Brandon's a little gambly sometimes, so he doesn't. I've urged him not to share the more gambly sides of his investments. Not gambly so much as yeah, he gambles anyway. So but we do an update of the balance sheet, the portfolio, percentages, all that kind of stuff. And then when I'm buying and selling stuff, I just tell people, hey, I'm buying this. Hey, I'm selling this. I try to give them some reasons why. And that's the digital private client also gets access to early investment things, which is kind of cool. We were early in Hypercycle. We were early in Twin. We were early in Cogito, which we're not super proud of, but we at least won on that. We're up. We're over 50%. So, I mean, it's not nothing. It was a year and a half and we're going to make 50, 60% on it. So it's not like even crap can be really good when you're early crap. We're early on Twin, real early on Twin Protocol, early on Sophia. What else? I passed on Rejuve, just didn't look interesting. We've also tokenized some cool stuff. As you guys know, we tokenized a Rolls-Royce Nightingale, which you're like, Rolls-Royce Nightingale, what is that? Well, I've never heard of that. Yeah, you haven't heard of it because it's a project that they're doing in quasi-secret at Rolls-Royce. It's a ragtop convertible. It's what I think is going to be an $8 or $10 million car. Anyway, it's a 1,000 horsepower, full electric ragtop convertible, with all the bells and whistles that Rolls-Royce does. There's only 100 of them. They're only making 100 of these ever. It's a one-time thing. 35 of them are coming to the US. And basically the way it works is every dealership gets to nominate one person to get it. You get an allocation. So that's that. So we got one coming. So we tokenized it. And so we're going to get it. We're going to hold it. We're going to flip it. And then the owners of that get to share in whatever the profit is on it. So that's kind of cool. All right. So that's what, if you see the Royce token, in fact, I can show you. If you're looking on here and you see, you go to exchange and you go to Royce, that's what that is. That is a percentage of a Rolls-Royce. Woo-woo! A Rolls-Royce car that's being built in secret. That's kind of fun. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. But we do, so we technically do 6 days a week, but public facing is 5 days a week. And as you guys know, Tuesdays and Thursdays is office hours. We don't typically go behind the paywall, but if I go into a cussing frenzy, then I make the video only available to digital investors and digital private clients. You know what I'm saying? And then on the digital investor side, there's just a bunch of cool stuff behind the scenes, a bunch of tools that just make life easier as an investor. Yeah. So there you go. And even if you're not investing, you're not putting money in, it's still pretty important to understand the infrastructure of what the future is going to look like. So yeah. Okay. What else? Grayscale, as long as we're talking about Grayscale, and let me see if anybody else brought it up. Yeah, when Grayscale started, when GBTC started, it was cool, and now it's just become kind of a joke. By the way, did anybody see the article on Grayscale's new AI fund? It's cool. It's got some assets that we have. It's got like BitSensor, Near, Filecoin, Render. I mean, talk about it. It's got like one. I didn't see many AI assets in their AI fund. I mean, like, you could argue that none of those are AI. Render's not AI. Render's too busy trying to kiss Solana's ass and act like a Solana project, even though transactions fail all the time. They don't know what they are. So, BitSensor, please. Near, the company that sponsors yachts built on WebAssembly. How on earth? What kind of AI? I work at Near and I use ChatGPT. Therefore, Near is an AI project. Bullshit. AI. Get off the gas. So that's stupid. So they're fun if you look at it. I mean, it's cool. It's got Filecoin in it. But let's be honest. Filecoin is a derivative AI play, but it's not an AI company. Nothing AI about Filecoin. It's data protection and distribution and encryption. How the hell is that AI? Oh, God. But you slap the AI label onto anything. There you go. So there you go. Let's see. Kirill says, FYI to all regarding HYPC, as of last night, there were still a few node bundles that still have tilling. Got final 8 node bundle with tilling. Ooh, nice. You bought some history. Look at you buying some history. Well done, sir. No, the Royce token is available to anyone. You can just get it. It's a secondary market sale. So you can get it. And then basically what will happen is when the car eventually gets sold, because these things have a huge premium, you order them. It usually takes a year or two to get them, but the premiums are massive. So to give you an idea, they did something like this with the boat tail. Does anybody want to Google what is the cost of a Rolls-Royce boat tail? I know it sounds weird, like boat tail, because it looks like the back of a speedboat. It's like $28 million. And so this car is costing us I'm assuming the first year we're going to have to warehouse it and all that kind of stuff and all that. And so I'm assuming warehousing, insurance, and all that, everything all in, taxes, blah, blah, blah. We're at 3.7 million. So there you go. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to talk about naive compute today. That's kind of fun. Let's see. Oh, Howard said, finish creating level 13 hypershare. Well done, sir. Well done, level 13. Easy peasy. Yeah. Yeah, that process is, Node Market's gotten that process to be a lot easier. So if you're going to do that kind of stuff, you don't have to, but you should, because it will cost less and be easier. And so, yeah, look at all these cool things. It's like a market. It's like a place where you can go buy stuff. Because this came up in a meeting earlier. If you're doing a masternode, a half masternode, something like that. Listen, if you're buying 50, 100,000 tokens, well, if you're buying 20 to 30,000 tokens, I'd say 0 to 30,000 tokens, then I think it makes sense to buy on the DEX until the price starts going up. Now, you may only be able to buy 10,000, 20, whatever. Buy until price impacts kick in. Once you have a price impact and slippage, you start calculating, I'm getting 5% slippage, 9.6% price impact. Then if you're buying at 40 cents, you're not buying at 40 cents, you're buying at 44 cents. Well, if that's the case, you go back and forth and you fill up at Node Market. So you go to the exchange. Let's say I want to buy Hypercycle. Okay. I go here and I look at the orders. Okay. We got one at 40 cents, 40 and a half cents, 41 cents. Let's say I go set up a DEX order for 30,000 tokens and it says 39 cents. You're like, all right, cool. 39 cents. That sounds great, right? Yeah. But then you look at the price impact and the slippage. You're like, oh, wait, crap. It's 13% because there's no liquidity in the DEXs. Shit. So actually my 39 cents is not 39 cents, 44 cents. So in that case, what you ought to do is buy buy the minimal amount on the DEX that you can where you don't get screwed, where you take no price impact, no slippage, like none. Because remember, they're going to be fees on top of that. So if you see the slippage is 6.7%, you still have the fees for the DEX. You haven't even applied the fees yet. That's going to be another point, half a point, something like that. So again, and even through Uniswap, still look, there's going to be fees and things like that apply. It's not, no one's doing this shit for free, bro. So count that stuff up. So if you're paying more than, a couple penny, a 2.5%, then that's where you fill what you can on the DEX without the price impact, and then come over to the OTC and fill the rest of your tokens. And if you have a large number that you need, my average slippage on Uniswap, that's good. So you can do a couple. Yeah, that's good. That's good. But that's $3,000 is what 7,000 tokens. That's not bad. But you start getting up to, and someone can do this. Jump on right now. One of you engineering individuals, enterprise, young, strapping computes, get on there and do a transaction for 30,000 tokens, 60,000 tokens, and 100,000 tokens for hypercycle. Just set up the order and see what that would be. You ain't going to get no slippage of 2%. And by the way, John, you still have fees on top of that. So now you're probably 2.5%, 3%. But yeah, so, and that's the problem is as you scale up those orders, and for people that are looking to fill bundles and things like that, that can get out of hand quickly. And the problem is you click it on the DEX, that money is spent, bro. And sometimes it's spent, you don't even get filled. You get partial filled and you still get whacked. So what I would say is, do I see hypercycle hitting 3 to 5? I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say. It's if people rush to start filling licenses. I mean, if people are filling licenses now is what they probably should be doing, they're going to be fine. It's the people that are not really paying attention to this and that they think that 40 cents is the price. And if you look at one order, one masternode, which is pop quiz. How many tokens is that for one masternode? One masternode. Anyone? 524,288 tokens. Put that order in. One of you go in there and put that order in right now. Howard, do you know how to use Uniswap? Howard knows how to use Uniswap. If you put an order in right now to purchase 524,288, one masternode, just one, what do you think that price impact is going to be? One, I don't think the order even fills. I don't think you can get it done. I think it's not possible. And if it is possible, the price impact is going to be about 120%. It's going to be something astronomical. And if it says 60, 70%, something stupid, you're not getting filled. You're just not going to get filled. You're going to get front run. You're going to get your ass handed to you by bots. You're just going to eat your lunch. So one masternode bought on a DEX right now worth of hypercycle tokens would push the price over $1. So you say, do you see it hitting 3 to 5? Well, I don't know. Who has 199? Well, a lot of people, because a lot of people have made a lot. Like there's a lot of people that anybody that put $10,000 in AGIX or Fetch back when we started talking about AGIX or Fetch a couple years ago, like anyone, they put 10K in. They've gotten a 10X take 20 and a 2X take 10, and they're sitting on the rest. Right? So they have it. Yeah. So it'll say like 27%, but it won't fill. That's the problem because there's just not enough tokens. So that price so you're looking at a price of, well, a minimum price of probably 65 to 70 cents. And that's before you get beat up by bots or the trade just doesn't go through. It crashes out. So I'm not going to make a price prediction because, people that make price predictions are stupid, but I would say, does the range of 3 to 5 seem reasonable? Yes. The range of 3 to 5 seems reasonable. And the kind of napkin math that they've done at the team level is that they think that when there's a panic into the token, which is why they're urging all their institutional clients to use the OTC. Why do you think they're telling them that? Is that they a range of that is likely. But again, it's all speculation because you don't know what people are going to do until they do what they're going to do. So there you go. Yeah. So there you go. 500,000. And again, there's no way to get that order filled. There's just no way. The arrow straight up would be so straight up, it'd be backwards. Like Like this is a normal yield curve. It'd be like this. It'd be like, where are you at on the yield curve? Back here. So anyway, yeah, there's that. All right, cool. Let's take a look at markets and see what's going down. Oh, by the way, this is kind of funny, but it'll be apropos. We'll talk about Ripple. Everybody was getting excited about the settlement. Oh, we're gonna settle. This is gonna be over with. It's gonna meeting canceled. Wah 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 wah. I wish I had that sound. Oh shit, that would be good. Okay, Bitcoin giving some back. I mean, it kind of had to. Listen, man, this can't just keep running in the face of MT Gox sending, tens of thousands of tokens to illiquid exchanges. I love Kraken, but Kraken's an illiquid ass exchange. Illiquid. You can't get anything done over there. The fees are great, but you can't do anything. So the fact that they have about a third of the total distribution, to me, is a little sus. That must have been some kind of deal that was cut. There was some speculation. I read some articles that the speculation is half. Just in your mind, half will be sold. Half. One half. Gone. See you later. Bye. But of that half, there's also speculation that up to 25% of the half, 25% of the half, 12.75, would go right back into Ethereum for the Ethereum ETF. Interesting. Now, my guess is they wouldn't be buying the Ethereum ETF, though, because these are crypto woke. These are early adopters, cypherpunks. So my guess is that they would go right through exchanges. So they would sell the Bitcoin and they would buy the Ethereum. We'll see. I would cut those numbers. I think half of the Bitcoin being sold is fair estimate, because remember, people are going to be able to sell Bitcoin Cash. They also got that as part of this MT Gox, here's your money back thing. Well, the money we didn't steal thing. But I would speculate. No one's holding Bitcoin Cash. So that's just going to be converted to stablecoin likely and just cashed out. And about half the Bitcoin gets cashed out. 134,000. So let's just call it, what's 134,400 or something like that. So it's at 116, 76.2, something like that. 66.2. Anyway, something in that range. So that's a lot. I mean, it's Germany again. Is it, massive amounts like, it's not the end of the day. I mean, it's not the fall of Rome, but it's a lot. So there you go. All right. So I would expect this to go in the down direction for a while, but we'll see. Ethereum, I would expect it to be flat or up, leading into the ETF, which is, so everybody knows, that is next week. It looks like July 23rd. Those babies go live. We already talked about Grayscale being stupid twice. Two Grayscale stupids. Let's talk about the XRP, the dumb XRPs. It's down 6%. Still up 28% on nonsense. Why? Oh, because the SEC is having a meeting. They're having a settlement. The SEC came out and said, buddy, we have 150 of these meetings a week. There's nothing special about Ripple, the company. And they're not going to get any favor. The SEC hates the executives at Ripple because they basically stole and got away with it. So, F you, Ripple. I mean, it sucks that XRP gets punished with the company because, but it was gifted to the company. That was Jeb McCaleb's weird little whatever. Anyway, he cashed out. He's a super billionaire. He's also the same guy that kind of built MT Gox. He's definitely a smart dude. You could make an argument that there is no crypto not any real meaningful crypto without McCaleb. You could make the argument that he's a dick. You could make both those arguments. They're probably both accurate. But again, you get what you get. You need people like that, even if they're dicks. What I didn't like is that Brad Garlinghouse, Fred Garlic Mouth, and Chris Grand Larceny got to profit from something that they didn't build at all. These are all Johnny-come-latelys to crypto. So just a little weird to me that those guys are allowed to sell at a deep discount to institutional investors way under the market price with no lockups and then go and lie about it. What a bunch of dicks. Anyway, Tuvi said in the AMA that if 1,024 hypercycle nodes, that if 1,024 HYPC node makes 120,000 recurring revenue that the franchise would have. Yeah. Well, that's all in the tech space right now. It's kind of 10 times revenue is the approximate for valuation. So 10 times revenue. So if you have something that makes $100 a year, then in tech terms, it's probably valued about $1,000. So 10 times net revenue. Yep. That is correct. I mean, if you have, and especially after splits and things like that, you could imagine, if the node's bringing in, 120,000 a year would be 10,000 a month, right? So at $10 per node, at 1,024, that's $10,240. There's your 1.24 valuation, your 1.2 million valuation, and that could have, again, we don't know, but do you believe the world is going more or less AI? I guess that's the question, right? More or less AI. If it's more, there we go. Remember, we talked Computronium. It was funny. I was listening on that call today. One of the advisors, she was saying, "Oh, we should look at the world in terms of compute. We should." I was like, did anybody here read the thought experiment of Computronium? This is not new. None of this is new. Anyway, nothing new under the sun. Okay. Let's see. Twin update. Yes, we don't have a hard date yet. We're still waiting. We're doing some deliverables and things like that. We're also making sure that all the lockup agreements are in place. So just so you guys don't, you may or may not know, let me go over here and just show you in twin. Okay. Hey, kitty. Currently 28 cents. Yay. All right. So you want to be on camera? Yeah? You want to be on camera? She's the shy one. Maybe I can get her. Hold on. Come here. Come here, little girl. Come here, little beauty. Oh, yeah. Say hi. Say hi. She is, you can see the ears. She's part lynx. Oh. Say hi. Oh, that's when she gives me the Heisman, she's done. All right, Kitty's done. Anyway, so we have the in-twin token. Now, for all of you that know that do or don't know, when the TGE happens, days or weeks from now, not months, days or weeks from now, at Node Market, that'll be day one. Within 30 days, not within, at the 30-day mark, we will set up a bridge or some transfer facility where in-twin tokens can be swapped directly for twin tokens. They can be used to build your twin. They can do all sorts of cool stuff. So yay. But without going into let's keep it about the the launch. So the launch will occur. The digital private clients and the advisors, things like that we have communication with, we're locking all of those tokens up. So you're not going to see some big day one, a bunch of tokens spamming the market. Now, well, not from us. You may see another community that has had a history of spamminess. They may spam their tokens, but like, who cares? You know what? Anybody's allowed to list their tokens for anything they want. That's never really bothered me. I mean, if you invested in a company early, you want to exit, just exit. See you later, bye, go. I think Twin has legs. Twins have legs. Like I said, before legs, wouldn't it? Twins have legs, 4 legs, unless they were born without legs or with a minimal amount of legs, maybe not the normal amount of legs. Anyway, Twins has business legs. Therefore, we have opted to lock up all of our tokens, all of them. So it's over 90 million tokens locked up. They will not hit the market. Okay. And we've locked those up for a period of 24 months. We can publicly disclose that. Other communities will probably not do that. They won't. So there'll be opportunities, but when that launch happens, it's going to be a controlled community launch. What does that mean? It means instead of the price going from 6.5, 7 cents to $1.20 and a bunch of people getting shit on using DEXs, we're going to have a bunch of orders at Node Market. It's going to be very easy to come in here. You'll go, well, you won't go there. You'll go there. You'll put in Twin. And instead of in Twin, well, you'll see in Twin. It'll still be here. You'll see Twin. And you'll click on it. And you'll have a bunch, a dearth. One might say a dearth. A plethora. I know that guy, by the way, from Three Amigos. Does anybody know like the, what was it? El Guapo? I know him. He actually goes to the gym. El Guapo. Kitty. Anyway, we will have a plethora of tokens and you'll be able to buy them and it'll be fixed pricing. Fixed. And it's likely to be 20 cents. Fixed. We don't know. We think. Okay. And that's going to be for a duration of time. And that's so that you don't have to rush. You can go slow. You can take your time. You can get just what you want to build your digital twin and do all that kind of cool stuff. My twin is still in production. I haven't quite settled on the pictures I want because they take pictures and they use them for the face. I haven't settled on which pictures I want to use. Do I want to be cool like Brandon with a tank top? Or do I want to be professional like an adult? Like me. I don't know. I don't know yet. But anyway, that's coming. So it won't be a spammy DEX launch. It will be nice and controlled community launch. And I think this is going to be a really cool thing for people in the future. Now, for those of you that have Node Market NFTs, by the by, it looks like those that own the NFT during the period up to August 5th, I think that's the group that will benefit from the launch because any fees generated by the selling of the token goes to the NFT holders. Yay. So that's that. So if you're on the fence, and also if you're a double whammy on the fence, if you're on the fence, oh, glasses. I would do glasses for my twin. I would do glasses for my twin because glasses make you look smart. Glasses make you look smart. Anyway, Three Amigos. Oh, dude, it's awesome. Three Amigos is awesome. Anyway, yeah, I know that guy. He's super cool. He still works out. He's like old and crusty Spanish guy, but he's actually like a writer director too. You know, he did like Water for Chocolate or something like that, like one of those like artsy films. I could tell you about some of the stuff he pitched me, but that's like it's a different story for a different day. But yes, I know El Guapo. I have a picture with him somewhere. Glasses, Gucci t-shirt, and the ring. Oh, that could be pimp. Anyway, for those of you that are looking to renew your membership or start a membership for Digital Investor, which is over here, if you got 5 NFTs, you would get a free Digital Investor Year membership, and you would be within that group that would be receiving likely the most benefit of the twin drop. Will your twin drop F-bombs? I don't know if I get in trouble for that. Yeah, so Water for Chocolate. He told me about that, like that whole thing. He's actually quite the autiste. Anyway, I do my artwork. I do my artwork on GPT-4 on my phone, transfer it to my laptop, send it to Canvas Pop, and make artwork for my house. I just ordered a bunch of new artwork. I'm going to do all the bathrooms. All my new artwork is going to be this stuff I made on either DALL-E 3, GPT-4 Omni, or some other cool model. I haven't gotten really cool art that I super love out of Meta, but it's good. Like their user interface is really cool. It makes adjustments in real time. It's pretty badass. Anyway, and it's like open source free. Like Llama's a pretty dope. Anyway. So that being said, you could kill two birds with one stone by getting your 5 NFTs and all that. Also, the whole idea of two birds and one stone is kind of dickish. Why would you want to kill two birds with one stone? What kind of asshole are you? And what kind of arm do you have to kill two birds with one stone? Unless the idea is to, like, you see birds driving a vehicle and you throw one stone to hit the bird driving the vehicle, and then by that bird crashing, maybe you get the second bird. Anyway, if you game that out, it's pretty nasty. So maybe just accomplish more than one thing at one time rather than killing two birds. Okay, so let's do this. I like two birds. Got my ducks in a row. Oh, yeah. Get my ducks in a row. That's cool, but that still sounds like for hunters. Ish. Pepe. Yeah, that's right. What is a plethora? Okay, now, you know what's funny? I know Michael Bean as well. Was he one of the bad guys on that? Or am I thinking of Ringo? Oh, yeah. No, I'm thinking of Ringo from Tombstone. Anyway, I know him. He's pretty cool too. He was also in Terminator, which was awesome. Woof. A lot of crazy stuff going on. Anyway, let's get back. Okay, so other things in markets that I saw cooling off a little. Today is a cooling off day. We've had things kind of going straight up ever since the Germans left. Okay, Polygon on September 4th is going to be rebranding, token changing, whatevering to POL, P-O-L, POL. Okay. Oh, the new token's got so many new uses. Really? What new uses? Oh man, you're just gonna see all these new uses. Yeah, I know. I heard that. What new uses though? And the announcement brought them down 7%. So I don't know. I keep getting my ass kicked on Matic. Every time I buy in, I think it's a good buy-in. The price goes down. I mean, it's a good dollar cost average. I'm still going to keep dollar cost averaging layer 2s because I think layer 2s make sense. But the danger is, Matic is the crappy version of Optimism, which was, not first. Optimism was after, but Matic kind of s the bed with their kind of fake partnerships and all their bull crap. Like these companies are all bull crap. Same thing with Chainlink. Oh, got all these partnerships. Partner. You don't have shit. Partnerships. What partnerships? Oh, I buy toothpaste. Am I partnered with Colgate? Matic. Yeah, the same thing. It's like Matic partnered with Disney. No, not partnered with Disney. Somebody got Disney Prime or whatever, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus. You got the Disney Plus program that has, I don't know what do they throw into with AMC, some crap with it. I don't know. Hulu. They got Disney Plus Hulu. No, Matic partners with Disney and Hulu. Partners, my eye. Anyway, Fetch down a bit. It had run up and kind of given up a little bit, but it's still up 17%, which, whatever. We'll see. They got to pump this thing. In order to steal what they want to steal, they got to pump what they got to pump. So yeah, cool. Filecoin, everything's given up a little bit of the ghost. I think that we're going to see the Ethereum ETF next week bring in quite a lot of positive vibes. So I'm looking forward to that. Arweave was up 24% on the week, which is great. But again, I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense to me. I got out of that thing. I love the company. Love it a lot. It's a great company. It's awesome. It's just this is unjustifiable. This 1.3 billion is unjustifiable. So is Render's. Honestly, with Render, anything over like $1 billion is unjustifiable. But here they are, and they're included in that bullcrap grayscale fund. So there we go. Jupiter. All right, Jupiter doing some putting something on there. I think it was all like 97 cents earlier. It got up there. Algorand still crapping the bed because Algorand is a crap company, and they apparently have no desire to make any changes that are meaningful to anyone ever. And so on and so forth. What else is interesting? I mean, not much. Things are quiet. Oh, big surprise. Rejuve is down. The token that does nothing is down. Singularity DAO. Token that does nothing is down. Sophia. The metaverse that doesn't exist is down. So no shit. No net. The company's been around for what, 3-4 years. They have no product. They have no nothing. No net. No net. No. Say no. Just say no to no net. Did you hear that Donald Trump apparently talked to Jamie Dimon? Jamie Dimon's changing his opinion on cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Bullshit. Here's what happened. Trump said, listen, if I want to get elected, I have to be the best president. I have to be the best elect. I have to be the best on crypto, the greatest on crypto. I made tons of money on crypto. And Jamie Dimon's like, but Bitcoin is bullshit. And he's like, well, if you want me to appoint you to run the treasury, right now you're bullshit, Jamie. Fucking thief, crook. What you better do is get your ass out of JP Morgan before you find your ass in jail and go run the treasury. You can't do any worse than Janet Yellen. And here's the thing. As much as I go after Jamie Dimon is a lot of things. Stupid is not one of them. If you put Jerome Powell next to Jamie Dimon, Jerome Powell is more polished. He sounds fine. And they're both technically bankers. Jamie Dimon is a banker, right? Jamie Dimon is sharp. He is not a dummy. Jerome Powell's okay. He's a cool dude. He's an all right dude. I think Jerome Powell probably be okay to have lunch with and hang out with. He seems like a fun dude. Jamie Dimon is a sniper, dude. He's an assassin. I think it probably makes sense him as a Treasury Secretary. I think it makes sense. Weiss said to get out of layer twos. That doesn't make any damn sense. Sometimes Weiss is stupid. I would love to hear their rationale why you would get out of layer twos when the whole world is going to be accepting of Ethereum. And for Ethereum to exist, you need layer twos. So I guess I just don't get it. I don't get it. I think there's a lot of sloppy layer twos that make no sense. But I don't think you get out of, well, he may be saying get out of Matic for something else, for some other reason. And listen, Matic is not what I would consider super quality, but it's the only other real layer two other than Optimism that's a real investment choice. Again, that's on you guys to do whatever. All right. So nothing super exciting today really happening. So yeah, anyway. Oh, and just to button that up, if you were buying, if you need to buy a token that's offered on Node Market, like a Hypercycle or something, especially Hypercycle, and you need to get a large supply, buy what you can on the DEX before it starts to move the price. Reach out to me. We can set up a direct purchase. Well, we'll just set up an order for you. So over here, let's say you need 246,861. We would create an order for 246,841 Hypercycle. We would do it for 7 days, and that would be your order for you. But don't call us unless you're going to do it. Don't have me locking up tokens and stuff for no reason. So anyway, we can do specific orders if that's something that would appease you. There we go. All right, let's switch gears. Let's get into the brain space a little bit. Let's talk about some naive compute. It's kind of a cool, it's where we're at. It's kind of a cool thing to consider right now. Well, cool. You need to consider it because this is where the world's going in the direction. And so be familiar with this kind of stuff. We talked about inferential computing. Now we're going to talk about naive compute.
Hello. You're late.
Not the smoke.
You're bad at math, but I'm giving you an A+ in confidence.
Just doing what I gotta do.
Extra credit.
All right. Let's get to naive compute. Let me see. Which music? Maybe this one. Oh, that's a good one. All right. So, the future of naive compute and large language models is the future we live in. Let me turn the comment. Let me make sure I can see some comments. Sometimes you can make it where, oh, it doesn't matter, but you could put the comments on the screen. I could put like a separate, I haven't figured out how to do that yet, but I could. I think there's a way to do it, whatever. Anyway. Okay. So today we're going to delve into a very rapidly evolving topic. It's another thing that I think kind of a concept that I think you're going to start hearing about more and more. And that is the concept of naive compute in the context of like large language models and how different companies are racing towards developing larger and more powerful models. We talked about was it last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about computronium, the compute substance where everything, atoms could be realigned, rearranged, and all that's left is computronium. And so this is kind of along those lines, naive compute. If things are looked at in terms of compute, but in the context of large language models, it's pretty important. So we're going to explore what this means briefly for the future of tech, businesses, and then just day-to-day life before the robots come and just usher us on out the door. So understanding naive compute. First, let's clarify what I mean. When I say naive compute, simple terms, naive compute refers to raw computational power and resources used without optimization or consideration for efficiency. Like, oh, they're going to have 10 trillion parameter model, 100 trillion parameter model. We're going to have a billion A100s, H100s, B1, whatever the chips right? Like, this is just raw computational power and resources and money thrown without optimization. Does that make sense? So imagine trying to solve a problem by brute force rather than being clever and efficient and like using some kind of cool algorithm. In the context of large language models, naive compute can be seen as the sheer volume of data and the massive computational power required to train these models. So companies are pouring, like OpenAI, Apple now kind of indirectly, Google, xAI, they're pouring immense resources into this, and they're aiming to create more sophisticated AI systems that get us closer to AGI, which some could argue, in a sense, we may kind of already be there, but anyway, that would be, you could make arguments either way. Turing test wise, these systems have passed Turing test, but certainly not the line in the sand for what is AGI and what isn't. It does keep getting moved. They keep moving the goalpost. So there's a race right now for larger models. So companies like OpenAI and Google and Microsoft, they are at the forefront of the race, obviously, right? Because those are the ones you hear about all the time. Then you have nation states, governments. I'm sure there's all sorts of government projects that are doing this very quietly. I mean, obviously, in China, they're working on AI. So each company, each country, each large entity is investing heavily in building more extensive and more capable models. And so the rationale is that larger models can process and understand more data. data, the commodity, leading to more accurate and human-like responses. Great. But this approach of just throw money at naive compute has some limitations. And so it's resource intensive. There are diminishing returns, and then it's just overall accessibility. So as far as resource intensiveness, training large language models, training large multimodal models requires enormous computational resources. This leads to increased energy consumption. It's very effing expensive. Very effing expensive. And then you have a diminishing return function. So as these models get larger, the incremental improvements in performance become less significant. So you're throwing more money at less result. And you're moving the needle just less and less and less. But you're spending more and more money to get there. So that's the diminishing return function. And then accessibility. So the need for high computational power limits access to advanced AI technology because money. And so it creates a disparity between large corporations and smaller entities or researchers or individuals. So I like Apple's idea of running, being able to run light models and light clients on phones. That's kind of cool. And then creating mesh networks for large language, consortiums, whatever you want to call it. It'd be very interesting to see how this all plays out. Anyway, so what are the future implications? So if we look ahead, there are some key implications and trends that emerge from this current pursuit of naive compute and just like larger and larger multimodal models and large language models. It's funny to say large language models, larger LLMs, larger LMMs, multimodal, right? So you have to consider future implications in efficiency, the environmental impacts, the democratization of AI. People say, decentralized AI. Well, maybe, hopefully, to some extent. And then ethical considerations, right? Like, do you need that much leather? Or could you just use something that's like leather, but that's not? Anyway, innovation and efficiency. To mitigate the resource intensiveness, there's going to be a push towards developing more efficient algorithms and hardware. Computronium chase, right? So this could lead to breakthroughs in AI and compute technology, which, you would assume that it will. More compute lets you run simulations. Simulations let you refine and re-refine your compute and distill down the bits and pieces that work and that are necessary and the stuff that isn't. And you can move forward very fast. That's cool. So breakthroughs lead to breakthroughs, right? Environmentally speaking, the energy consumption associated with training large language models is significant. You notice now people are talking about LLMs, they're not talking about Bitcoin, thankfully. Future efforts, we would hope, would focus more on sustainable AI practices to reduce the environmental footprint, unless, of course, we're realigning atoms to create computronium, in which case everything is better suited as compute, even you. Yes, you. As technology advances, there may be movements towards making powerful AI tools more accessible to a broader audience, right? Like banking the unbanked. What about AIing the un-AI'd, right? Smaller companies, individual researchers, individual humans. Why should just the nerds have access? Don't make no damn sense. And then ethically, larger models can potentially be more accurate and effective, but they also raise ethical questions around data privacy, data accumulation, acquisition, biases, the potential for misuse. Like, what happens if the super wokes get a hold of it and start telling everyone that there's no such thing as, biology and gender. We live on a flat planet. Like, you could see where this could get wonky. So there are some ethical considerations. Luckily, this is computer science, and the second part of that is science. And it's less likely that a flat Earth type situation gets melted into the data. So that's good. From a game theory standpoint, the race for larger LLMs and LMMs can be seen as a classic example of competitive strategy. So companies are in a non-cooperative game right now, although you're seeing a few of them cooperate, but they're mostly in a non-cooperative game where each player's payoff, each company's payoff, depends not only on their own actions, but also the actions of the other companies. So this leads to a scenario where companies might overinvest naively, hence naive compute, to outdo their competitors. This potentially leads, hopefully, maybe, to a Nash equilibrium where all participants are worse off due to this excessive resource consumption, and then they're going to have to go rethink. So it's almost like we need a Nash equilibrium to create a bad aggregate outcome so that everyone comes back to the table and says, are we doing this right? Are we doing this all right? So again, just this everybody competing, but not knowing how far the other guy's willing to take it. This leads companies to overinvest, to outdo their competition, and that leads to this weird Nash equilibrium where everybody is worse off due to excessive overspend on naive compute. A naive outcome, a naive financial outcome for naive compute. So while the pursuit of larger LMMs and LLMs and maybe large neurosemantic models, LNMs. I mean, we're going to be talking about all this stuff soon. So while this pursuit of larger models through naive compute presents some exciting opportunities from technological standpoint of just where are we going to get, because that's pretty cool. We're going to make some advancement. It brings some pretty significant challenges, and the future is likely a balance between increasing computational power, converting old or misused, disused, unused, less used resources, developing them into more efficient, sustainable, accessible AI compute technologies. It's a lot to think about, right? So anyway, that's the basics of naive compute. Coming soon to an everywhere near you. Anyway, let's call it a day. Stay in school. Don't do drugs. Don't do anything that my poor, insolvent, drunk, strung out on meth, grifter ass grandmother, dead or alive, wouldn't do. Or Brandon, who's probably hot down there. So my guess is he's doing the sleeveless thing again. Oh, sleeveless in not Seattle. Anyway, we'll see you tomorrow for the regular show. Could be some fireworks next week. Could also be a rough weekend. Keep in mind that you could have a rough Bitcoin weekend. These MTGOX tokens are going to get sold. And yes, there's buyers, and that's great. These tokens got to go somewhere. On the other side of it, when we get past, it's clear skies. I think we've been waiting for this damn MTGOX thing for 10 years. Like, shit, man, enough is enough. Sell your damn tokens and make like the Germans. And Auf Wiedersehen.
Are you tired of all the uneducated noise you're getting from the droves of YOLO meme coin peddling douchebag gurus out there trying to use you as their exit liquidity? Would you rather learn a competent university-level set of skills that will guide you in managing and investing for the rest of your life? Join us 3 days a week at Digital Investor. Develop your knowledge of game theory, cognitive bias, macroeconomics, monetary theory, investment theory, psychology of the crowds, and more. For more info on Digital Investor and how it can help you, reach out at nickblacknext.com.